go! Mango! Speciale! Hey guys, welcome to another Go Mango special. I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
The Cinder Blaze.
And guys, we are going to be taking a look at Kamen Rider Heisei Generations, Dr. Pac-Man vs. Ex-Aid and Ghost with Legend Riders. That's a paragraph.
Yeah.
Of a title. Oh boy. It was so good! It was so good!
Yeah, with the low standard that Kamen Rider movies have been pushing out recently.
Mm-hmm. Especially crossover movies.
Well, I think the Kamen Rider movies have a different standard, and I guess that one's a bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
The Tysons have been dropping it continuously. No. So I think it's a bit unfair to loop them into this whole standard.
That's fair.
But who cares about all that? This is a really great movie.
It is. Like, honestly, this is the best since Surprise Drive. Like, even better than Surprise Drive. I don't know how I rank it against Megamax. Because I need to watch it again just to be sure. But I really like this movie. It was directed by the legend Koichi Sakamoto, and he did a friggin' amazing job with his. He always does. He always does amazing work whenever he's behind the camera. He was able to bring out a performance in Ex-Aid that was better than most times during the show.
Yeah, like he kind of like pushed the movie in a direction that would like cater to all of his strengths, which was just something that we didn't really get to see in Ex-Aid because the plot didn't really like give him anywhere to kind of like shine. He just had to like he's kind of just left open in a scene, and he had to make the most out of it. And sometimes, most of the time, it just fell flat. But over here,
right.
like everyone's like helping him, kind of just like they're pushing him to that front stage and it's like making him look better. Mm-hmm. And he did pull it off. So I really liked Ex-Aid in this movie.
Yeah, and like this might be me just kind of gleaning a lot of the characterization from the later episodes of Ex-Aid, but a lot of the side Ex-Aid riders, like the secondary riders, they really got to shine. They really like they're not necessarily shine, but like they got put in a situation like they were handled really well. They all felt cool. They all felt respectable. Like I was on their side throughout, and since this happened basically during the part of Ex-Aid that I was entirely hating, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Besides Genma, who didn't really show up.
Mm-hmm.
I think they handled every single Kamen Rider in this movie very well. Like, they had the appropriate amount of screen time. Like, Ghost and Ex-Aid had the most because it's supposed to be their crossover movie. And, like, Drive, Wizard, and Gaim, they had supporting roles fit for, like... They had the amount of screen time that they needed. Yeah, like, definitely. Drive got a bit more because he did help him along with the plot, but he didn't really like take over. Mm-hmm. He was a really good supportive character. And then Gaim and Wizard just for, the little pizzazz at the
end. Like, I loved every little inclusion that they did for everyone. Like, and I feel like Tomari makes a really great mentor. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he's really good at that that senpai role.
Yeah, because I think he had a really good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, especially to Takaru and Ex-Aid. Shoot, I should know his name. What is his name? Yeah, Emu. Yeah, frick, man.
Like Emu Mario.
Emu and Takaru, because like they're kind of way younger. I feel like Gaim started out like being pretty young, and then we moved into Wizard. He was older, and then Drive. He was older. Then we went to Wizard. He's a kid, and then X8 is definitely. I mean, like he's in his 20s barely. So like Tomari really serves as a pretty good role model, like all around, and
Yeah.
like the 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 need for them to fight even if they don't have their powers, like it was shown from Drive and Ghost, more so from Ghost, but like the little moments in Drive's uh I guess scenes where he decides to fight anyway, those are my favorite scenes. Like when they make the decision to fight without their powers. He even said it himself, Drive. I may not have powers, but I'm still Kamen Rider Drive, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
help. It was so nice,
Yeah.
so nice.
He did that in the movies as well,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's something he's used to. He's still like a cop, so he's still in those like really harsh situations, and he
Yeah.
knows he can't transform anymore, and he's kind of accepted it. But
Uh-huh.
like he's still like he kind of brings out like that Kamen Rider-ness. Like I'm still kind of like in awe when he's out there.
Yeah.
Like I think in that one fight against like the huge, that huge dude, like he was getting his ass handed
Oh
to him,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
was still rooting for him the entire damn time because he's still like a Kamen Rider even without the suit.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know what it is because like they never take their helmets off to see who's inside, But Tomari will always be Drive to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
for Wizard, the actor doesn't look like a twig anymore, and I'm pretty happy about that because I was always kind of worried about that dude. In the show, he was just so skinny, and I was like, bro, you eat so many donuts. How does that not get to your anywhere in anything? But yeah, now he's fine.
I don't know. Maybe he sucked like the fat out of Spectre because that
God.
dude. Okay, let's not go body shaming with our
Okay,
Kamen
yeah,
Riders.
yeah. But for Koichi Sakamoto did this in Movie Wars Megamax, but and I feel like he has the need to do this if a rider's not important or if he doesn't want to clutter the scene or no the fights with too many riders, he'll give the secondary riders their moment to shine at the beginning and then kind of shove them away for later, and then at the end, or no, not even for later, he'll just shove them away because they've had their time to shine. Then they bring out the main riders, and they're the stars of the show all the way till the end. And it's a weird thing for him to do, but I feel like it ultimately comes out way stronger.
Yeah, it also felt a lot more natural too, because
Mm-hmm.
like in that initial fight scene, what was it? I think Takaru's secondary riders,
Mm-hmm.
so Spectre and
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the other one's
Oh,
name.
Spectre and frick, Alan.
Yeah, yeah. So just I'm just
Necrom, frick.
yeah, Necro.
Necrom.
So when they came like running towards the battle scene, it made sense because there's like, oh shit, we're just like chilling in our world, and
Right.
like our best friend is kind of like dying. So like they're kind of like, how they're really rash and just like getting into fights like all the dang time because they're feeling that stress. I felt it, and then we have it contrasting with the secondary writers of X8, and they're a bit more
Mm-hmm.
calm because like they're doctors, they're supposed to be more mentally stable and stuff.
Yeah, and not just that, their introduction, their walk-in, like any other time that we've seen them come into a fight, we've been like, ugh, friggin' these guys. I mean, like, sort of at this point in the show
Yeah.
where this came out, but like here, when they walked into the scene, my
Oh
jaw
man.
dropped. It was just so cool. The slow mo and the slow walk and the pan, it all just worked so smoothly, especially with the introduction of the best side character in X8 at that point. Friggin' bike guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he rolls in all cool, throws his shade or not throws, but like takes his shades off, and then the slow mo again. I love it. It like they really lean in on the nice panning shots when they should.
Yeah, like I got like goosebumps during that moment. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, they made these guys look super cool.
I know. I got goosebumps at a lot of points. I got goosebumps when you know they were at a police station. I'm like, oh, okay, this is just a scene where I don't know something not important is gonna happen. Tomari, his music, like the music in this movie as well. It was done really well.
Yeah, like especially in that moment when Tamari shows up. Oh man,
Uh
that
huh. Done it.
like
Yeah.
as I've said, the little fanboy inside of me just exploded. I was like, yes, he's back, he's back.
I would have
Uh,
loved to see what Mock was up to.
dude,
Probably just.
I felt like he was gonna come like eventually in
I
this movie.
know. I was so sad when he didn't, but I knew he wasn't going to.
Okay,
But
like what was it? When uh Ghost tells Drive that he can't henshin anymore, that he should stay back, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know I can't henshin anymore. I thought it's like call up Go and stuff," and he's like, "Well, this guy can henshin." I would have loved to see Go
oh man, doing
like,
a whole bunch of unnecessary flips.
yeah, but like also him and what's his face, the car dude. I
The
feel like they
car
would have had a
dude.
little interesting dynamic,
The car dude.
or the bike guy. My bad.
But
From
like,
X8.
oh frick, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love the shoot, man. I loved everything about this, but the fight specifically, Koichi Sakamoto excels at just abusing the hell out of your gimmick line. So if you've got toys to sell, he will showcase it beautifully in any fight scene.
Except for that one ghost one. That was like a bit weird. But we
Oh,
got a
you
new.
mean Nobunaga and like the two other?
No, not that part. But like
Oh,
right before when he like transforms into like one of his power ups and he gets knocked down, and then like he has the other power up in his hand. He goes up, gets knocked down, has the other power up in his hand. It's like, oh jeez.
like you could instantly see what was going on. They were just like running through the power ups.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a formula to how his movies work, but it's a friggin' good formula.
Yeah. I think like that would be a good segue to go into the villains, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna like hold you back on that real quick because I had another point about like when Drive showed up.
Yeah.
It kind of I really like how this movie established like the continuity of like the
Oh,
other
yeah.
Kamen Rider movies because when Takaru's gang goes and visits Tomari, that's because they already know the dude,
Yeah.
right? Like it felt completely natural, and then like throughout the movie, like when Gaim, not, when Drive was like with the other riders, like without his form, and like Gaim drops down, he's like, "Oh yeah, I picked up your belt for you," because like he's the only other guy who would know.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. And then Wizard's like, "Hey, you two new guys, this is Gaim." Like they paid so much attention to who knows what and who has what for that matter. Like since friggin' Ghost had the X8 icon.
Oh yeah, from the other
Yeah. I
movie,
did not see the Ghost solo movie, but I'm assuming that's where he got it.
probably.
Yeah, and then X8 must have just showed up, because that's just how Rider works now. But I don't know if it was it was due to the writer or the director, but they made good use of just who like who knew what, and they paid attention is what I'm trying to say. They really paid attention, and it paid off.
Yeah, like it was all in universe, and they didn't have to like force. They didn't have to like do any forced writing to make this movie work.
Yeah, and I'm glad that because the last crossover movie I watched, or the last few, there was the Gime Drive movie, which was good for about 2/3 of it. Um, then there was the Double Decade movie that I saw. Um, I think the O's Double movie was one. Either way, there was this odd structure where like one one writer would have their show, the other writer would have their show, and then they crossed over at the end, and that would be your movie. Long gone. That is long gone, and I hope it never comes back because we got a full, succinct movie,
Yeah,
and I appreciated every second about it. It felt so stilted in the Gaim Drive movie because like you just got this epilogue to Gaim, and then an adventure with Drive, and then coming together for no reason.
yeah. It
It was
those weren't
sloppy.
real movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice to see like see them have screen time, but that's about all it was. It just shared screen time, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
they bill it as a crossover movie, but it's really just Kamen Rider fan wank.
all right.
You're not really getting much. But now this, friggin' this, always this, only this. I want all of this all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
speaking
right.
of writers, because I'm pretty sure I said that during whatever I was saying. This was written by the head writer for Xaid, which is probably why it like the continuity it flowed perfectly into Xaid, or I mean to my knowledge at least, it flows
Yeah.
perfectly into the story of Xaid because going to our villains, um, they are the people that worked on Emu's second surgery to extract to extract Palad, and then they got turned into what are they?
I think they just got reborn as bugsters.
That's it. Yeah, they got turned into
Yeah.
bugsters. And that was
Yeah.
really neat. I did not think that like that was a plot point that I didn't see coming back. And it was I know or I can glean enough from the information from what they said in this movie and the information that I got about the Genmu side story, but I think those villains were heavily featured in that movie or um in the side story as well. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, what'd you think about these villains?
Um. Okay.
Let's start with like the three Stooges first.
I mean, they were
Actually,
just
four Stooges, because there's not really much
yeah.
differentiation.
Honestly, they were just some goons, but they were really good at their job, at being some goons. The only like, um, they were tied to the story, but nothing they did throughout the movie really like they were just given that backstory, and it was a convenient way to get them into the villain role. Which I mean, I'm fine with because it's a pretty good backstory. They don't lean into it too much, but it got us the villains that we needed for this sort of movie, for a Kamen Rider movie of this caliber.
Yeah. These villains actually remind me a lot of one of the Kamen Rider double movies. I think it was the A through Z one,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we have, I think this applies for
Eternal.
most. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
Eternal, Luna, Heat, and like the metal guy. Oh, and the trigger.
yeah,
Metal, Heat, trigger. Yeah.
yeah. So you just have like the meathead, like bulky guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the chick who's actually good at fighting.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know. I feel like the choreography for her was a bit better than in previous Kamen Rider movies, or else
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
just like forgetting. But the way she was like styling on all the secondary writers, and even like
It
some
was
of
so
like the main one,
cool.
yeah, it was pretty believable too.
Yeah. And then the side like sort of windmill leg kick thing, and like as the camera pans with her and then smacking Spectre in the face. I mean, poor Spectre, but that was a friggin' cool shot. And then we cut to another shot where she just flips over and her legs just connect with Alan's face. Poor Alan, poor Necrom, but friggin' great visual. Like it was so cool.
Yeah. Also, the other dude that was super cocky. I actually really liked the this villain, the one who was like wearing like the long coat and was just like always had his hands behind his back,
Yeah, yeah,
because you kind
yeah.
of got like a bit of personality from him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a little cocky shit. He's kind of like second in command, and he got really pissed off at Wizard. I mean, it's a small thing, but you know, in terms of like throwaway movie characters, he's pretty. It's pretty high up there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and like, I feel like again, I'm going back to my analysis of Koichi Sakamoto, but I feel like he does this for his villains a lot, where he has just like this small group of villains that has a I don't know how to say it. It's the common group of villains. You've got leader, meathead, cool guy, girl. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, they did that in Movie Wars Megamax, I think. Let me let me make sure though, because we did get the meathead. There was like in the form of like a the Astro
like
Switch dude. Actually, they all had Astro Switch. And either way, like um
what's Astro Switch?
oh, that's
Like,
from Forza.
is it like their drivers or the
No,
game?
no, the bad guys used those to like. I mean, it was basically their version of um, the Gaia memories.
Yeah, like that's it looked almost identical to the way like the henshin they just like shoved the computer chip into their
Right?
skin,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
is
I
exactly
mean,
how that happened as well.
yeah. So,
Uh,
oh yeah,
bro,
you're right. The Geshots, they just like they sink into their bodies. Yeah.
yeah. Also, we're forgetting about the biggest villain. I mean, can't talk about
Oh
this movie
yeah,
without Pac-Man.
yeah. He, I think he's the first name in this movie. Yeah, Doctor Pac-Man versus X8 and Ghost with Legend Riders.
Thank goodness they did not like use Pac-Man too much in this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, they use what's already existing in the Kamen Rider X8 universe,
Hmm.
and they just use him as like a means. And then
Yeah.
like they kind of like played him down until like they really needed him,
Hmm.
which is just for like the big like one flashy action scene and setting up like the Bugster virus that just like infects everyone because
Yeah.
Pac-Man has this tendency to like devour things, so it just goes around seeking
You
all
know,
the people.
Kamen Rider does fall into this trap where it has to have this weird looking, spectacular CGI jizz fest. Um, and I'm glad that we uh, got that out of the way in the middle of the movie, and we had like just final attacks galore toward the end. That's what I
Yeah,
want to see. I don't need to see just you know cartoons moving around in a 3D space as a video game. I don't need to see that. I could play a Kamen Rider video game if I wanted that. You know.
Yeah, and it doesn't really like it doesn't feel good. I mean, like it could look
It
good
doesn't.
visually, but it doesn't have the same impact as like a rider kick.
Oh
So
yeah. Well, I mean, they did do a rider kick. Actually, they rider kicked a lot, and that made me
yeah,
really happy.
yeah, but like them fighting like a giant Pac-Man, which it was kind of funny. Uh, oh, also the way that they had to beat the giant Pac-Man was via ghost powers. That's genius.
It was.
I mean, it's like a common writer about video games, and like the one video game that needs to be defeated by a ghost. Boom, crossover,
I
and
know. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't know who it is in the process. I'm leaning toward Koichi Sakamoto, but they are good at paying attention to what they have available, like what they have in their arsenal. Again, it happened in friggin' Megamax where every single Astro Switch at the time, Forza used it. Every single form that Double had used it. Every single form that O's had used it. Even the movie exclusive ones or one.
wait,
So,
doesn't like O's have like a bajillion forms though?
well, I mean, he has the potential to have a bajillion forms, but he has like 10. No, I don't
Uh,
know. I don't know. I don't want to just throw out an arbitrary number, but yeah. Um,
yeah,
I I really want to see Sakamoto work on like a Tyson movie. I want him to save that genre.
I feel like that genre is just doomed due to like marketing flaws.
No, that's the problem. It is there to stay. It's not going anywhere, so we need someone to save it. And our
Yeah,
hero, Koichi Sakamoto, should be on the case. Like, honestly, if you've got a gimmick you want to show off, he will do it masterfully.
yeah, but like in a Tyson, there's just like so many gimmicks
I
that
know, I
it's
know.
really hard to just show off everyone because like it kind of hurts me when I see a Tyson and then like my favorite characters are like basically background grunts.
Yeah, no, it hurt me in the first Tyson, where like you had just a handful of riders run through one portal, and then just every single Sentai member run through the other portals, and like there's no mention of any secondary riders ever at all.
Well, yeah, but that's another movie. I think we should get
Oh
back
yeah,
to
you're
this
right.
one.
But yeah, I guess we should go back to the villains. They were entertaining enough, and I like how they lined up like oddly well with who they had to fight at the end. You know, we had Girigiri Chambara against Gaim. We had Gekitot's robots against Drive. We had uh the Tattle Quest against Wizard, and then just the other guys against X8 and Ghost.
Yeah. Or Ghost had the person who was like, killing Akari, right?
Yeah,
That's her name.
yeah.
And then, X8 has to beat the big boss because
Mm-hmm.
he's the newest writer. But,
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, and this served as the debut of Mighty Brothers Double X, and I was wondering how, like throughout me watching it, when it was introduced in the movie, I'm like, oh man, this is the introduction of it. But wait a second, in the show, it was introduced differently. How does this work? Oh, he doesn't remember. Okay, that's fine. Like a lot of there are plenty of plot holes in this movie, but like it moves so fast and it does so many other things right in terms of characters, in terms of pacing, that you don't see it.
Yeah. I mean, like, you honestly don't care because something like more awesome is like taking place on screen.
Yeah, I feel like this is just the reward that we get for watching Kamen Rider at all. Sitting through all the bad, getting to all the good. Like this is our reward for having
Yeah.
watched most of these shows. This is our reward, and I was thoroughly pleased at the
Yeah.
end product.
It made every other writer look is like amazing except Gaim because like
Oh,
everything
poor
outside
guy.
of his main series is just shit.
No, 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 no. You can't say that because his crossover portion with Drive was great. Come
uh,
on.
okay, okay. But like most of it.
Yeah, most of it. Because
Most of it. Like this like
I,
90% of it is bad.
I mean, like with Gaim here, they had to work around Gakusano not being available. Honestly, I thought all the voices and stuff he did in post as a and he was actually there just to do voice work, but it was all archival audio from video games and like other movie or show footage.
Really?
Yeah,
He wasn't even there to record his stuff?
no, no, but like, could you tell?
No, not really.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
I
only
mean,
thing that really stood out to me was like what he said in the final attack, as he was attacking the Gira Gira Chambara lady.
yo, I kind of wish he's uh was it banana mode for a bit longer.
Oh yeah, man, I wish he was in mango mode the whole time. We could use that as the thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, um, yeah, it was all archival stuff. The only thing that got me was like, that part. But everything else, like, he even got the last line before they all reached into the center and did the "Yay, we're a team" pose. But I did like how, like, after all that was over, at the end, Xaid and Ghost still, met up because they felt like friends. They felt like
Oh,
long lost friends.
yeah, like the doctor meets the guy who keeps on dying and coming back to life. It was a really interesting dynamic.
I love how, like, at the end they just have Ghost die for a second and then Xaid's like, "No, I'll save you. Oh, thanks, man. I will appreciate this second life that you gave me because I always die. That's my gimmick." I was afraid that he was gonna die in the middle of the movie, not because I was afraid for the character's life. I was afraid that it was gonna be a badly written movie. It was fine.
Yeah, just like
He didn't die.
you know what? He's Kamen Rider Ghost. Let's just have him die. It's like no, that sounds stupid.
Yeah, and it
I
would have
mean,
been.
but oh yeah, that reminds me. When the thing found them, they got hit
Oh,
by the Bugster virus, and it had the same visual effect of him dying, and I kind of like that. It kind of it's like little little twist right there. I was like, ah,
yeah,
that's real clever. It's because sworn he died again.
yeah. No, but like again, they they are aware of the continuity. They know what they're doing. He's like, "Oh shoot. This is similar to like what looks visually similar is to like it's all the little things that kind of go into the melting pot of this movie being good." And to see that much care taken, like even if something is similar and they recognize that just means, oh, yeah, that's a familiar thing to the audience. It should be familiar to the characters.
Yeah, like
And
they took real good care of all these characters.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like Wizard and Gaim didn't really have much screen time, but they were like older. writers, and they've already
Uh-huh.
had their time to shine, so they don't really
Yeah.
need it. But for the three the more recent ones, they got
Mm-hmm.
ample screen time, which was great.
Definitely. I did like oh, the introduction of uh frick Xaid and uh Ghost. Yeah, they run to the scene with their drivers on. They take a look at each other's belts and they're like, "Dude, dude, dude!" And
Oh yeah, that
it
was
just
kind of
made me
funny.
really happy. Made
Yeah,
me
but
really happy to see them getting along, and it's the first time in a while that we've seen two superheroes look at each other and not instantly punch either one of them.
it's like, sorry, I saw the color red because instantly got triggered because I'm red. uh,
Are
what
you
else?
referencing the Drive Ninja?
I'm referencing most Super Sentai crossovers, basically all of them.
Man, like again, it's just the little things that make this movie stand out.
Also, did anyone recognize Takaru when he was in that suit? I could have sworn he was like a side character until he ran out with the belt.
Oh frick, we have a side character in this movie, and he was fine.
Yeah, the dude who invented Flappy Birds, and then
And then he created the Flappy Bird monster. He got the Flappy Bird Bugster virus. Oh yeah, I also loved how like, oh shoot, that's why we weren't able to detect it. It's a new strain. And then later on, Laser comes around. He's like, "Did you say a new strain of the virus? Looks like I need to be here." No, but
it
like
worked.
again, it's the small things. Like, oh, it's a new strain. Hey, you know who is really interested in learning about this stuff and also inspects new strain of the Bugster virus? Friggin' the coroner Laser coming back because he's a friggin' dope dude.
Yeah.
I'm also glad at this point he did have his humanoid form, or else it would have gotten real dumb.
Well, not like real dumb, just would be kind of anticlimactic. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, like all the other secondary riders are in a humanoid form, and you're just like, yeah.
I'm glad they like they still used the squat suits, but still to a pretty good effect, like the level 1 suits.
Oh yeah, when we saw the ghost level one, like that was something I appreciated seeing.
Yeah, I guess it was all right. I mean,
I mean, it's like it's different. It's kind of cool.
yeah.
Kind of looks like a toy.
Well, I mean, so again, like even if you think it's dumb in like this just shows that there aren't I don't know how to phrase this, but if you can showcase it correctly, any form can still be a viable
A
suit.
marketable one.
I get
Oh.
yeah. Cause like I hated the level 1 suits all throughout Xaid, but in this movie I was more okay with them. I'm not sure why. They weren't as intrusive or as gimmicky as they were
Well,
earlier.
in XA, they were kind of forced to stay in those suits until
Hmm.
they did a goofy side quest.
Right.
So that was probably why it felt terrible then. But moving on from that, another Easter egg. It confirms the what Kamen Rider Drive Sun.
Oh, it confirms it. Not
Yeah.
not the movie Surprise Drive confirming it, but definitely this confirmed it.
Well, yeah, because like are in the regular timeline, right?
Hmm.
So I was
Right,
like,
Fred.
hey, it's like, yeah, you already have a name and everything. He's like, yeah, he does because he met him.
It kind of sucked how we didn't really get to see any of Drive's side characters. I realized that it wouldn't have been the case or it wouldn't have been appropriate to bring them back and kind of clutter the scene. Um, but it would have been nice to see them like just running around throughout and doing a few antics, just to know that hey, still here. And I mean, it was a good shout out to Kiriko when he called her.
Yeah.
But
oh, dude, I would have loved to see Chase's human form because that dude's a bumbling mess.
or Chase's roid mute form, just going ah! Creating terror and havoc.
Yeah, good stuff.
Oh,
also, I really enjoyed seeing the Ghost side characters coming back. I don't know why. I had like a huge problem with them at the beginning of the Ghost series.
Yeah.
And like, they weren't ever really my favorites, but I kind of miss seeing, Onari's like super exaggerated, antics.
And you know how into it the actor gets because he's bald and you can see his veins popping out. Like in that scene where Ghost died, spoiler alert because that's just what he does. In the scene where Ghost dies, he's like, "Oh, please stop, and you can see the vein in his bald, where like you can feel the
and his crystal ball.
Oh no! Stay on topic. You could just feel the frustration, the sadness in him.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but like Sakamoto really brought out the best performances in all these guys. I mean, X-Aid's performance, M's performance still kind of weak. I mean, he did get a scene where he yelled and it didn't land that well.
He doesn't have a good yelling voice.
He doesn't. And he throughout the movie, he had a lot of odd reservations to fighting. Because, like, for large spans of the movie, he just wasn't henshined for some reason. And then he needed the motivation of others ringing through his head to get him to henshin. I don't know why.
Yo, it'd been hell funny if Grab would be like, "Hey, you ain't using that belt. Mind if I try it on?" Because you ain't doing shit right now.
I don't know why he doesn't have a, one of Mock's drivers. 'Cause they just hand those out, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could just get a random belt, but it's not his belt, though, son.
Yeah. Yeah. Great to see him come back, too.
Yeah. Lots of good nostalgia.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. This played off a lot of the strengths of every show. And it was able to play with the hokiness of a lot of their shows to begin with. Really deadpan, so you, you so like Poppy, oh hey, funny name, oh but she does a costume change and pops out, whoa that's cool. I don't know, like nothing is in your face, like they're never like, hey, you know what's funny? This is funny. This is a really funny thing we're doing. This is comedy, guys. Laugh. Friggin' laugh.
Yeah, they don't like hang on it, hang on a bad joke, and like it just flows.
Yeah, we're never told to laugh. And I like it. Yeah. They never go up to the screen and go, eh?
Hey, that's probably like a Japanese thing, so I'm the...
It is, but we saw a Japanese movie where they didn't feel the need to do that.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that wraps it up, right?
Yeah, does it?
The movie?
Okay. Yeah, no, it was, excellent movie.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Even though I was trying to wrap it up, I have one more thing.
Oh, do you?
The ending, like, credit scenes. It shows like everyone having like their whole happy ending, And the one that stood out the most for me was Comrade Braves. That bite of cake he took, he looked happier than every single other person in the credits.
Especially Gaim. Gaim didn't look like anything. Gaim looked like maybe a picture.
Kamen was so trash.
Oh, that made me so sad. They didn't even move.
Like, they should have just had, like, some dude with the Gakusada mask on. That would have been priceless.
Man.
But, yeah.
We talked about the music already, though, right?
Yeah, spot on,
yeah.
except for at the last action scenes where they kind of just, like, jump, like, I think when we started Wizards, it was like it was a bit too hard of a transition.
See, like, that's why I say that this is kind of a reward for watching Kamen Rider, because, like, listening to the theme songs week to week, you get used to it, and it most times it gets you pumped for the show. So just hearing it again after so long, it really brought back the nostalgia. And same for Drive. Like, when that song started up, I was revved up. I was ready to go. I was ready to see him kick some butt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so that might be biased because, like, I didn't watch Wizard.
Yeah.
So it probably doesn't have the same emotional impact for me. But for Gaim, and everyone else, basically. Yeah. Especially Drive. Drive is probably... He's in a special place.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, to the both of us, we kind of came off of Drive. Like, overall, it was pretty mediocre, but it ended really well. We love the characters.
Yeah.
It's just in this weird place.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, yeah. That about wraps it up, guys. Thanks for taking a listen to this. We really love this movie, and we really, really wanted to talk about it. And we want to hear what you have to think. So go into the comments down below. Tell us what you thought about this movie. Was it as excellent as we thought it was? You're darn right it was. There are no other opinions. This is a good movie. Get Roger Ebert here. He will tell you. It's a friggin' good movie. There's the fresh tomato guarantee. Fresh mango guarantee. Oh, you know what we should do? This is certified fresh mango. No, we shouldn't do that. Hey guys, leave a like if you like this video. Again, comment down below. Tell us what you thought. I want to talk to you guys more about this movie because it was just so much fun, so good. And hit that subscribe button because more stuff is coming. We are about to review Heisei. We are about to review the latest episode of Q Ranger. We are always doing that. We are always trying to upload, and we're trying to keep current with everything coming out Tokusatsu related ish. And also, all the links to our social medias are in the description down below for the Go Manga Network and our individuals. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. See ya.
Bye bye.